All right, are we live? All right, looks like we're live. What's going on, everybody? Long time no see. What's going on? What was I gonna say? Really look? Yeah, fix this when I have time. Let me know how the resolution looks. It's not perfect. I gotta make adjustments to the camera. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, today's just gonna be a chill day. Obviously, I couldn't stream yesterday. We will talk about the Dawn to Dawn chapter briefly, but for the most part, I just wanna read some manga, take some recommendations, and then we'll go from there. How's everybody doing? What did we do over the weekend? Hopefully, you are not a Patriots fan like I am, because it was a sad weekend for New England Patriots fans. Here we go. It's today. Today is boop, 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 boom. How many years has it been? Forever, man. It's official, the pumpkin guy was passing gas, so that's in reference to the Dawn to Dawn chapter. Yeah, yeah, we definitely gotta talk about that chapter for sure. Can we focus on, is that really Fureru Mikite? We can try and read it for sure. I know you've been wanting me to take a look at it, so we can definitely try and take a look at that. If I don't do it today, we'll definitely do it Thursday, because Thursday is just going to be another chill stream. This season is weird, because you would expect it to be, like, very confrontational with, like, Frieren and JJK going at the same time. But honestly, this has been, like, the least, at least I feel like, it's been the least controversial season in a while. Like, last season, everyone was killing each other over One Punch Man. This season, nothing. I mean, maybe I'm forgetting something, but I feel like we're pretty good. That should be somebody's Twitter profile. Imagine fighting a ghost when you have diarrhea. That is Dawn to Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we'll give everybody a couple of minutes before we talk about the Dawn to Dawn chapter. I just want to look at something, because this is going to decide what I read first. Where am I? What chapter was I on? And let's go to... Oh god, every time I pull up Weeb Central, I'm reminded of Radiant, and it's just depressing that there's no new chapter. Somebody said that, like, the volume is coming out this year, so that will probably start getting translations, but we'll see. All right, let's go to Manga Plus. This season is Fire Force. I like that. Hey OG, how far are you now into New A's Exorcist? Still the same, still only about 30 chapters. I would like to catch up at some point. It's just not super high on my list right now. Did I read Alien Headbutt? I haven't had a chance yet. That's probably where we'll start first, actually. Because by the sound of it, it sounds like everyone really likes it. But that's also what everybody said about Odor of the Flame, and look at where we are now. What the hell? Yep, okay. Oh, I know what we were looking up. So, what is it called in English, or is it not on Manga Plus? Let's go to... Excuse me. Where are we? Oh, the trembling right hand. I remember you told me that's what it's called. There we go. Disclaimer, this story contains sensitive material that may be distressing to some readers. Reader discretion is advised. Thanks, Shueisha. All right, so for the first manga, we'll read Alien Headbutt, then we'll read Trembling Right Hand, and then with whatever time we have left, I want to read Isekai Samurai, because Isekai Samurai is like the best thing ever. It's amazing. Gachi Agata's going on break again? Ooh, that might be Thursday's topic then, because I'm like 30 or 40 chapters behind. You're up to date with War of the Adults. Not only now, I only don't have the manga on Thursdays and Saturdays. Well, what's on Thursdays and Saturdays? What do you mean? Did I see the One Piece live action trailer? No, I did not. I saw that they released a trailer for season 2. But we'll see. I do just want to talk about Dawn to Dawn real quick. Obviously, the Dawn to Dawn chapter was pretty straightforward. I do think the chapter stands out. I'll say this, OG, where you are right now in New As Exorcist is at the beginning of a new arc. Yeah, exactly. They like just announced that they were going to kill like the bigger spirits or whatever. Yep. Anyway, so Dawn to Dawn. Lost my train of thought. Oh, so this week's chapter, the chapter that came out yesterday, it stands out as a chapter that's especially violent, because there's plenty of violence in Dawn to Dawn, and there have been chapters that have been graphic, right? Obviously, it's a pretty mature manga, for a lack of a better term. But this chapter felt special in that the violence felt uniquely graphic, like uniquely violent, because this ghost, Hanako, I think is her name, she was like curb stomping people. She was smashing their teeth in on toilet seats. She was busting their faces in with whole toilets, right? She was taking their bodies and flushing them down the toilet, right? Like they were human garbage. She was basically like brutalizing these people, right? It was an especially brutal chapter like just very graphic. And the great thing about it was then at the end of it, you find out that this character is not just another villain, but they're actually one of the good guys. They're helping Turbo Granny. So you're just like, oh, shit just got real. Like it was a very, and then the fact, of course, that like Turbo Granny wasn't in the chapter, but we find out through her allies that she's forming a team, and now they're taking an active part in the story instead of just like hanging out on the sidelines. Because that was a question, right? Like, what are the spirits in the world gonna do about like Count Saint Germain? Because he's teaming up with aliens. He's saying he's gonna steal all these powers. Like, are they just gonna sit there and take it? Or are they gonna do something about him? I meant manga that comes out weekly. I have manga for 5 different days of the week, but I don't have anything that comes out on Thursdays and Saturdays. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, wait, are you trying to tell me you read everything that comes out on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? No, that makes sense. Would have been fun if they used Chopper's first concept art. No. Respectfully. Dondadon's been getting a lot of criticism recently, and it's hard for me to see. What have people been saying about Dondadon? I haven't seen. Maybe I'm just in the wrong timeline, or maybe I'm just not as active. I haven't seen really much talk about Dondadon at all. Bungo Stray Dogs Part 1 is ending in the manga. Yep. Yeah, I don't read that, but that's a series where I'm just like, oh, I didn't even know it was still running. Yeah, there's that one mirror spirit who was at the end of the Space Globalists arc. We don't know if she's gonna come back. I think she's one that, like, she's so powerful that, like, she's kind of just doing her own thing. Yeah, the face where that one yokai got hit in the face with the whole urinal, that was brutally hilarious. Like, that was like Dondadon in one picture, for sure. Anyway, that's all I really want to say about that. Let's read what's it called? Alien Central? Of course, now I can't find it. Let's go to ranking. Alien Headbutt. Here we go. So if you have not read Alien Central and you don't want spoilers for any reason, now, of course, is the time to peace out. So it's February 10th, 2028. So it's roughly 2 years into the future. Some kind of meteor or space object crashes on an island on Earth, right? I'm guessing. Looks like Earth. So it's Alien Headbutt, Chapter 1, Closing Bell, and it's the main character fist fighting a whole bunch of aliens. It's by Akira Inui, who, if you don't know, was an assistant to the creator of Centuria. So the art style roughly reflects the art style of Centuria, but it clearly stands out. This is clearly a distinct art style. I think the only thing that really makes it look somewhat similar are the faces. It kind of looks like a combination of the characters of Centuria and Chainsaw Man. It's not like anyone teaches you how to do it. At some point you get powers like shooting laser beams, teleporting, flaming swords. But for me, my special moves were wrestling moves. So I'm assuming kids don't literally get special powers. He just likes wrestling moves, and he's just like a figure of speech. While other kids were looking at girls in swimsuits, I was surrounded by naked men. That's so funny. That's such a funny comparison. Yeah, why do I keep calling it Alien Central? It's Alien Headbutt. Excuse me. What's good, everyone? How you doing, Hishaku Hideout? Pleasure to have you. Hi, I recommend Dandadan as a manga. It's so funny you should ask. We were just talking about Dandadan. Yeah, pretty much. What's the manga? We are reading Alien Headbutt. So the main character is talking about how like boys are supposed to have like posters of girls and swimsuits and underwear, and he's got like all naked wrestling guys or half naked wrestling guys. Do I read manhwa? Not really, no. That's so funny because if you've ever read or heard about Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was a kid, obviously he was a bodybuilder. When he was a kid in Austria, his mother would come into his bedroom and look and see that he had all these pictures of like naked bodybuilders, and she thought like he was into men, right? So there is this kind of trend of like anyone who's into like sports or, you know, anything like especially muscular, having pictures of like all these buff dudes in their room and people being like, I think there's something a little different about this kid. Tank Chair and Chojin X are really good. I just saw something about Tank Chair. I've been seeing stuff about it for a while. Chojin X, I'm mostly caught up to. So Chojin X is really good. First and second season of Tower of God are pretty good. I saw the first season. It's all right. It's not really my thing. So we fast forward to when Oga is the character's name. He becomes 15. He says he wants to be a fisherman. His mother is like, I thought you wanted to be a wrestler. So then they come home and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 siblings and a pet goat, apparently. So they find out that his dad died, and that's why he wants to be a fisherman to help support the family. The mother says, look, taking care of the kids, that's my job. I already bought you a ticket to go to Tokyo, so go live your dream. That's pretty cool. So the little brother is like, yeah, to tell you the truth, we already submit you to pro wrestling. You're already in. You just have to take a physical exam. So he takes his shirt off and he is absolutely ripped. I mean, like 2-inch waist, huge muscles, right? I mean, he's got the bodybuilder look. I like the MC. I can't relate to him at all. Why can't you relate to the MC? Tower Dungeon, I heard a lot of talk about when it was still kind of new, but I feel like nobody really talks about it lately. Galaxius is really good. I've been letting it build up, but I think I'll probably read that soon. So we fast forward to Oga in a wrestling match. He's like, I'll be a wrestler you can be proud of. He's choking someone with a chain. It says, I've never seen such a brazen disregard of the rules. This vicious newcomer is making a name for himself at a breakneck pace. Shirokiba, the Hellhound, has a literal chain around the neck of Nanase, the world heavyweight champion. So he gets double flying kicked to the face. He says, I don't need gimmicks to beat you. I can out-wrestle you any day of the week. I've been doing this since I was a kid. So then they cut to the chair of the Ultimate Japan Pro Wrestling Federation, whatever. It says Oga went back to visit his family. The head says he doesn't drink. They're basically saying how, like, there's like a contrast between Oga in the ring and then Oga in his real life. He hasn't contacted his family in 5 years because he promised he would win a belt. He lives on an island called Mukurojima, aka Corpse Island. You know, nice chill name. So he finally won a belt. So he makes it back to the island. And he's with this other character who won it big at gambling, basically, pachinko. It seems like there's been some kind of apocalyptic event. And then an alien monster looking thing jumps out, kicks this other character in the head. and it's just sitting there posing menacingly. Then it tries to kick Oga, or punch him rather. He's getting the snot beat out of him. Wrestlers who only get into the ring for their own sakes are weak. So then he's thinking about his family. So the way he got the name Hellhound is because he always comes back from the depths of hell, right? Something like that. I just think it's so funny that they have a pet goat. That's hilarious. So he fights this alien and immediately he's like, okay, I don't know what's going on this island, but I gotta find my family and I gotta go rescue them. He says, the most important thing I can do right now is to draw on all I have to murder the living crap out of the enemy right in front of me right now. So he does a suplex on the alien and crushes his head. Another alien stabs him in the chest. It's the same alien. He bites the tentacle off that stabbed him. And that's it. That's the whole chapter. Well, damn. That was a good chapter, but I kind of wish we got like a more conclusive ending. That being said, this series looks really good. I just think the next like 5 chapters are pretty much gonna define whether this series lives or dies. Because it already seems like it's gonna have a pretty short premise. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Do I know Hollyland? It's a martial arts and street fighting manga. No, I've never heard of it. Galaxia's dropped a banger chapter today. Yeah, I follow the mangaka on Twitter and they'll release like just very small teases of the chapters and it looks like it's really good right now. But it also looks like it's in the middle of like a big fight. So I'm kind of just like letting it build up. We got Eddie Rayman. What's going on, Eddie? What were my thoughts on the Super Bowl? Thought it was overrated. I'm depressed. That game sucked. But I'm also a Patriots fan. Is it Holy Land or Hollyland? Somebody spelled it Hollyland. I'm not sure what you're reading and I missed parts of it, but the MC almost sounds like MC from Ayashimon. It's from Alien Headbutt. That's what we were reading. Um. It's funny how every other day on Manga Plus there's like 3 to 5 manga. Meanwhile, Sunday has about 20 manga. Sunday has... So, Sunday, right? It's really like Sunday / Monday. But, it depends on what you're reading. I don't really go by days. I just go by like magazines or site sources, right? Excuse me. Because I don't always read the chapters like the day they come out. But, yeah, I guess there is a bit of a contrast. The boat guy is really sus. Yeah, that was like, was that a red herring? Was that like, is this some kind of like experiment and they got dropped off? Like, what's going on there? So clearly, he seems like he was set up. Anyway, so that was Alien Headbutt. I'd give it like a solid 6 out of 10 so far. Yeah, Eddie, I gotta be honest, I have no idea what you just asked. Something about Kagurabachi and One Punch Man. Yeah, on that note, let's go ahead and read Trembling Right Hand. Of course, I closed Manga Plus. All right, so we are reading the Trembling Right Hand on Manga Plus. Looks like a jump series. Again, if for some reason you don't want spoilers, then this might be the time to step out, but we're going to go ahead and read it. Tokyo Crime is getting an anime. Just Who is Kalon, the original story? Tokyo Crime, a manga serialized in weekly Shonen Skip. The main character, Yoramura, loses his close friend to the evil syndicate called Crime and vows to get revenge. So, the artist of Tokyo Crime is anonymous. His name is really Itsuki Haine. So he reads like basically every single comment to the new chapters and just like digs himself into a hole of self-pity. So he gets into a meeting with the editor for his manga. He's talking about pushing the character art in a more realistic direction. Oh no, this is not the creator. He's just an assistant. Right? I'm confused. Oh, so he's just the artist and Calone is the writer. So this writer is pretty mysterious. They only talk through digital messages. What kind of person are they? So then we skip forward to the next night. Right? Yeah, so Heine, is that his name? He seems to be like the lead artist. It's Itsuki Heine, and then he has a team of 4 assistants. So they're talking about who is Calone, right? The creator of this series. The murder scenes are they just feel so real. It's almost like Calone Sensei actually killed people, right? And they're like, of course he would never do that. I think it's because they dig into the how and why in the killer's state of mind, blah, blah, blah. Talking about the manga. So they accidentally, or seemingly accidentally, put in the storyboard for the next chapter ahead of what they're already working on. So Heine is like, all right, time to find out, right? So everyone leaves, right? Heine is working by himself. His girlfriend comes in, Sakura. Apparently, they only see each other like every couple of weeks. She works for a design company. That's pretty cool. He said, I met her when I went to my assistant's place for the first time. Her name is Rina Sakura. She was younger than me, but she's more experienced. She loves movies and manga. And before I knew it, she was always by my side. She's always been supporting me. He gives her a ring, right? Danny McLaughlin just subscribed. Well, hello, Danny. How you doing? We got Edens in the chat. What's going on, Edens? I'm watching you, OG, and trying to guess what you're thinking based on your facial expressions. I'm trying to, you know, say everything that's coming to mind, but sometimes I'm just like in the zone. I recommend Make the Exorcist Fall in Love. That's one I want to reread soon because I read like the first 20 chapters and I was like, I don't really like this. It's two people, one doing the writing, one doing the art. Okay, yes. Yeah, I was gonna say the scene where he's like, all right guys, it's 9:30, you can all go home. I was just like, get out of here. Like they would just say like, oh, this is when we're supposed to leave, so that's just when we stop working, right? Like, haha. So he proposes to his girlfriend. She says yes. He drew a manga page of her getting proposed to. Right? Isn't that what he gave her? Oh. So he draws like the story in the build-up to proposing to her as a manga. That's pretty creative. I like that. So now he's in like blissful disbelief. He's like, I can't believe my girlfriend wants to marry me. I'm gonna get married. This is awesome. So there's some kind of viral murder and it's a clothespin thing and it's the tongue right on the clothespin. He's like, wait a minute, that was in the chapter. He's like, no, obviously this isn't the same thing, right? Like it couldn't be. And that's the end of the chapter. Heine wants to find out if his esteemed partner on this manga is really just a murderer that murders people and then writes stories about it for manga. That's crazy. This kind of reminds me of Phantom Ghostwriter, but better. Because Phantom Ghostwriter was like, oh, I open my microwave and manga chapters fly out and I just draw them. This one's like, oh, I get storyboards for manga and then I draw them. And they're like, oh, wow, it's so good. But are they actually just murdering people? Yeah, I feel the same way. Proposing to your girlfriend through a hand-drawn manga with a ring at the end is the coolest and nerdiest thing at the same time I've ever seen. Yeah, that was like, I know it's just like one small scene, but I thought that was really cute and really creative. If I was an artist, I would totally steal this. What manga am I talking about? We're talking about the Trembling Right Hand on Manga Plus. We got Mohammed in chat. What's going on, Mohammed? You finished like 10 seconds before me. Ha! That's what she said? Yes, that's what she said. Where are we at? Yeah, so that was the Trembling Right Hand. Read the Trembling Right Hand, people. That's right. And also become a member like Oscar and you'll get cool Dr. Stone member emblems. And you'll also get cool emojis. Let's read chapter 2 just because I'm curious. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought his girlfriend was gonna get murdered, which I really hope doesn't happen. Because he's got like the perfect girlfriend and the perfect relationship and the perfect proposal. But goddamn, it kind of feels like she's gonna get murdered. Anyway, now he's like, this is a little too realistic. It feels like this guy is murdering people. So he's looking over the chapter and he's looking over the details of this murder and he's like, all right, I'm gonna put myself in a hole here. Like, I can't just think about this all night. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube does that. Excuse me. It just does. So we fast forward to the next day. He's working with his assistants. He's very distracted because he's like, oh God, am I working for a murderer? So he gets the storyboard for the next chapter. The editor is like, oh, this is the real one. The one you got yesterday was just early. And it completely changed. So everyone else saw it too, and they're talking about like, oh, they changed it, right? So Heine is like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Like, clearly I wasn't the only one who saw it. So he feels like, oh, okay, they just changed it because it was too similar. Like, obviously he's not a murderer. So one of the assistants shows his manuscript to Heine, and he's like, oh, wow, this is awesome. He's like, the character is good, the art looks good, looks great. So he's feeling nervous about contacting the editor, but Heine is like, all right, it's cool. Like, let's just, you know, it's just submit it, right? Like, where's the harm, right? So they're going to call the editor and see what they can do. The attitude that he changed it to avoid controversy is quite realistic in this industry. Like David censoring the burning in Fire Force due to the fire at, so David Productions at Kyoto Animation. Yeah, that was really just unfortunate timing. Now, I think she's the murderer? Bro. That would be an insane plot twist. Because that wouldn't just mean the girlfriend is a murderer. That would mean she's been basically his employer the whole time without him knowing about it, which is crazy. Which would make sense because in the first chapter, he was like, why did this artist pick me to draw their story? And the girlfriend could be like, oh, well, I wanted to give you a job. And that would also be kind of a good twist because it's like, oh, well, she chose him and he chose her, right? Because he proposed to her. I hope he didn't just spoil me, by the way, but we'll see. So Yoshida-kun is really trying hard. He's talking to the girlfriend. We need to let Kaji-san, or Sensei, know about our wedding. He was the Cupid who brought us together. So Yoshida calls him and he's like, I just spoke to you. What the hell happened? Wait a minute, what? Oh, so they, okay, yeah. They fast forward. He says the meeting went really well. I'm gunning for the next newcomer award. I'm running home right now. So he gets to his apartment and he's like, where's my key? What? Oh my god, that is a crazy plot twist. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of manga that's like, read one chapter and now you just want to read the rest of them. I do think the pacing is a little off, but other than that, I think it's really interesting. Characters are good. It's got a decent art style. Yeah, definitely check it out. I like it. You know, OG, the classic story of the person who loves you so they kill people for you? This is not a spoiler. Hey, you know what? I like it. On that note, how many chapters do we have left? We'll bang out the last 3 chapters. So they go to the funeral, right? It's Heine, his girlfriend. Looks like his girlfriend anyway, and the other assistants. They're talking about, like, you know, what could have gone wrong. So he's thinking, like, Calonne could have done this because, you know, like, he would know where to go, right? So he's thinking about, like, how or why would he do this? And he's like, oh, wait a minute. He knew about the storyboard change. And now suddenly he's like, wait a minute. We all know about the storyboard change. So maybe they're gonna come murder us all. So he gets home to his apartment and his girlfriend's there. And the girlfriend's like, are you okay? Like, you seem kind of like weirdly, like, skeptical about this whole funeral, we'll say, right? Of course, the prettiest one had to die first. It didn't even last 2 chapters. Hey, you know how this horror series go. So basically Heine is like, oh, no, I'm good. But in his head, he's like, oh my god. Right? Sinesh just subscribed. Well, hello. Pleasure to have you. Oh my god, no. No. He's talking to his girlfriend who's at the computer, and he's like, what are you doing on my computer? And she goes, oh, sorry. He's like, yeah, no, you can use my computer, but what are you doing? And he goes, why are you looking at this? He's like, wait, were you looking at the storyboards? And he goes, oh my god, please tell me she didn't see the storyboard. No freaking way. No freaking way. We were right. It was Calonne in my home, but Yoshida was the last person I let in here. No one has been inside since. The girlfriend is recording his reaction. She says, that's a good face. So that's the face my fiance makes when he thinks that Calonne is the killer. You must have realized that Calonne is the murderer. He's like, wait a minute, are you Calonne? And she goes, you're going to find out eventually. I might as well make the first move. She says, we're breaking up. Goodbye. I saw a comment complimenting my work and I felt like I was soaring. Getting married is great, but nothing brings me greater joy in life than seeing people praise my... What the fuck? I chose you to be Calon's ally. Wait a minute, what? What the hell? What? Now I'm just confused. What? I chose you to be Calon's ally. An ally? Wait, so you're not Calon? Be careful, I don't want you to die too. You should just stay quiet and continue drawing. Don't force me to kill you. I'll have to if you find out who Calon really is. This is our first joint project after all. So his girlfriend goes missing. She deleted her messaging app. He can't call her. Nobody can find her. The family is like in shambles. So he says to the cops, I think the author of the manga I'm working on is doing something illegal and that my girlfriend got dragged into it. He says, yeah, but you don't have any proof. And you don't know who this guy is, so I can't do anything for... Who the hell? Bro, you just go to the company and say, hey, who's this person? Right? Of course, they don't know who it is. They only know them anonymously. Oh my god. It's a missing person. Would they not invest a missing person? So, Rena and Calon are two different people, but Rena is an accomplice to Calon. He says to do that, I have to keep working on... I have to keep working on Tokyo Crime. And while I draw, I'm going to collect evidence. One of them might be Calon and Calon's ally, and I'll have to find out who it is. Why would they ask for me to draw their manga when I don't even know what Calon's deal is? So I like the premise of the series, but I feel like the writing is very like... just like, but damn, that was a crazy chapter. We got that guy from Egg. Hello. Yeah, that's kind of my concern with this series. Is I'm concerned that it's just gonna like chase plot twists for shock value and not really like have the foundation of a good story, but I hope I'm wrong. What time is it? So at this point, I'm actually going to stop reading. I do have to get going, but thank you everybody for a great stream. If you haven't already, check out my newest video, which should have come out about an hour ago. right? I just want to double check. Yep, so you can go ahead and check out my newest video right now, Why Dragon Ball Can Never Die. Make sure to check that out. There will be another video sometime this weekend, and the next stream will be Thursday, roughly the same time. It'll just be more manga reading and recommendations. Anyway, thanks everybody, and I will see you Thursday. Peace.